welcome back to another episode of Marketing 100, where Kayle and I are leading you through 100 marketing tactics every week. Not 100 every week, but we're leading you through 100 in total.
Wow, 100 every week would be hard.
Yeah, that would be super hard. Anyway, we're going to talk about marketing, and we have a strategy for you that Kayle has cooked up that I'm really excited to hear about.
I would love to take full credit for this one, but I'm going to have to give some of the credit to friend of the channel, Stephanie Mitchell. She's an incredible content creator in the salon and spa business growth space.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. If you're watching, go check her out. We'll put a link down to her channel in the description. But today I want to talk about creating a blog or a landing page highlighting the top 3 salons in your area, in your niche. This one's going to get a little crunchy, a little detailed. So buckle up and grab yourself a little snack or a drink. But we'll try and move through this one as quickly as possible, make it as easy to understand. As always, kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
Kisses.
I mean, we could talk about kisses.
That would get really weird, I think.
Affection is important.
So much wisdom on that chat side of the camera.
What can I say? We're talking about creating a blog, a web page that highlights the top 3 salons in your area, in your niche. What do you specialize in? Do you specialize in a particular hair type? Some salons advertise they specialize in Asian hair, or they do braids, or they only do curly hair. Are you a minority-owned business in your area, right? Do you speak a language other than English that your clientele would want to know about? There's so many things that can set you apart that people are looking for and Googling on a daily basis. And you want to be the business they find first. You are playing an SEO game, right? Because you probably are already asking, like, if I'm creating a page that's highlighting more than just my salon, why would I do that? Why would I, promote the competition? Don't think in a zero-sum game. Don't think in a scarcity mindset. There's enough clients for everybody, but there's a reason you're doing this. This is an SEO play. We talk about SEO on the channel, search engine optimization. This is a very, very important part of making sure that your business is seen and that your website is seen online. So this is pretty squarely a ploy at finding the search terms that people are looking for a specific type of hair service and capturing that traffic on your page, your site.
This is what people do, right? When they want to find, especially those niche things that is not offered everywhere. They want to find out who in my area could actually be offering this. And where they would turn to that is our good old friend, Google, or it could be our newer friend, like ChatGPT. It doesn't really matter because like the content that you're putting out there on this subject will be indexed in those different places and will help shape the experience that people have when researching that, and you want to be part of that experience.
With the rise of ChatGPT and other like AI models, it's really, really important to create content that doesn't come across as super manufactured or fake, right? So people are looking for things that resonate with them and that feel like they're written by a person in a lot of cases. But the advantage of having tools like ChatGPT or like Google's AI tools is that the content that you publish is summarized. And if it does rank well, like it's going to show up not only on that page that served as a result, but it's also going to be in those like AI summary results at the top of Google. When you look up things on ChatGPT might spit out information from your page that you're creating as well. So there's several aspects of what you're creating that cross-pollinate with AI, right? But you don't necessarily want to be the AI. You want to be the thing that the AI points to. So all those things are supplementary benefits in the era of AI. But what you're doing here is you're creating content that people are searching for locally, right? And local SEO is going to be, I think, increasingly important too, because as much as AI does summarize information, it'll never really be able to sort of nail local flavor or local search information the way that locals who are creating content about a specific area can. Local SEO is easier to rank for than broader terms as well. So it makes it, the more you niche down to a degree, the easier it is for you to have your page, your site rank for whatever key terms you are, you're creating essentially, or what you're targeting here. So the more specific you can be to a point, the better. You want to nail that sweet spot of search volume and search intent. Now, I think we've talked about search intent on the channel before, but search intent is essentially the outcome that the searcher is looking for, right? Is it transactional? Is it informational? Is it navigational? In this case, the searcher may have intent across all 3 of these. Obviously, if they're looking for a local business that provides a service that they need and they want to know, what else they offer or where they are. All of these things are sort of a part of the same thing here. The goal here is to push them from informational to transactional, right? It kind of goes informational, navigational, transactional in this case. Ironically enough, you want to include navigational info for your business, right? Or like location info for your business on the page. You want to make finding your business easy here as well. Now, you're also going to be including this information for other businesses that you're competing against in your area, but on this list of the top 3 salons, top 3 curly hair salons, or the top 3 braid salons, or whatever it is, right? You're going to be number 1, obviously. So you're already at an advantage because you are the arbiter of this information. You're the one who's putting it out there, whether it's on your site or a third-party site or a blog that you create that's separate from that. It's up to you how you want to handle that. But essentially, like creating this content, putting it online, making sure it's optimized for search, and then, nurturing it so that it ranks and shows up in search engines. This is a long-term play to help you establish your business for people who are searching for what you do in your area, right? So I want to be specific about one particular thing here. Don't make it the top 3 curly hair salons in Ohio, right? Because someone may not want to drive 70 miles to get to your business. But if it's the top 3 curly hair salons in Dayton, Ohio, basically somebody who's within driving distance and is willing to come to you, then you can really sort of maximize on that area. So think about it in those terms, right? Who's actually going to make the drive out to come see you? Target that area.
I think there's also just acknowledging that a lot of people are doing these type of searches. It's about half of all the searches that are being put into Google today are local searches. It's not a small thing. Like, it's a big part. What people are searching for are for local businesses, local things to go to, and so on, right? There's a big volume of people searching for this kind of thing. Because it's about like, how niche do you want to go? Kayle touched on that, versus how, broad do we want to be, both when it comes to geography and maybe also the specificity of, the broader being like a, hair salon to a curly hair salon. You can get even more niche, if you wanted. If you head over to Google, start to put hair salon in, you'll see that like the auto suggest from Google will show up and start giving you a lot of suggestions, a lot of data. The reason they are doing that is because a lot of people are searching for hair salon in something, right? You can kind of like niche down, and you can kind of see where you can find something that is really specific to you, so that you kind of know that you will really hit the right audience that is in your area. As long as the Google auto suggest captures what you're wanting to say and starting to suggest that, just the fact that they are doing that means that there are meaningful amount of searches of people who are looking for the type of thing you are offering every month and are putting this into the search. So this is like a quick little, like, if you want to sense check, like, am I getting like too specific here, or am I getting like too broad potentially? So could I have room to get a little bit more specific? That's just a simple tool, which we all know, the Google search bar. Just like put that in and look at the auto suggest. The richer that is, the more search it is. And then obviously you can hit the search, you can see what's coming up. And if there is something that Google is suggesting, you do the search, but there's not really a good resource out there to kind of like give the answer, you're in a really good place, because you could put something out and Google would like that very much, because there's no one doing exactly that, and you will rise to the top positions and you will get attention.
There are plenty of tools out there that are available to you to sort of like pinpoint what you want to highlight. A tool that we use sometimes is called SEMrush. They have like a keyword tool, essentially keyword magic tool is what they call it, that you can search for particular terms, and it basically will show you the volume in a given area. You can select all those things and see how many people are searching for a particular phrase in a particular area on a monthly basis, or whatever the case is, right? That tool can be helpful. Google has sort of built-in tools as well that you can use if you have like a Google Ads or Google Analytics account. There's lots of options that are available to you. John gave you a great free option there where you can look at the Google Auto Suggest results and see what's there.
It's easy, and that's why I'm like pushing for it as well. Because if you don't have like experience with this, just getting to know an SEO tool, and like this is why I like this one, because everybody can use it. Everybody's familiar with how that works, and you can easily get a good enough assessment to am I in the right spot, or am I getting too niche here and doesn't seem to be anything happening here.
You don't necessarily have to invest in SEO tools to do this, but if you really do want to invest in making this a resource for your business, you can, right? There are options available to you where you can pay a small fee You can use their tools. And we talked about in previous episodes, like, when you build your website, right? Like it makes sense to hire a web developer, a web designer to build your website. If you want to make SEO a priority for your business, sometimes it helps to hire a freelancer or an agency that knows it inside and out. It can help you build web pages and sites that lead people down, a funnel essentially to your business, in a way that makes sense, it fits your budget, and pays for itself. Assess the opportunity in your area. If you live in a metro area and the competition's high, maybe you need a little bit of extra help to get your page or your site where you want it to be. And in that case, it might make sense because you have a bigger potential audience and you've got a lot of competition to hire somebody to help you out with this. If, the competition might be lower, maybe you don't need to invest a ton of money into it. But essentially what we're saying here is the world is your oyster. You've got plenty of opportunities and options and tools to use. So take advantage of that. There's enough clients out there for everybody. If you're doing your job right here, people will want to come see you over the competition. It doesn't hurt to promote other businesses for who they are and what they do, especially if, you're doing something like if you're highlighting minority owned businesses or like anything like that, where there's a net benefit to the community of people for creating this resource. It's a good thing. It can be as easy or as complicated as you want to make it. I would say start easy. And then if you need to build on top of that, you can. But this is one of those things that's like, it really leverages the best tool in your arsenal, which is local SEO, to get people to recognize, discover, and want to visit your business based on something that you align with them on, whether that's values, whether that's the service you provide, things that you can very quickly connect with potential clientele on in a way that you otherwise wouldn't be able to if you weren't creating this resource.
Great.
Well said, John.
When creating the actual content, putting that top list together, like authenticity is very important here. If you do think that you are not the best curly hair salon in that city or whatever, you probably shouldn't even do it, right? Don't bother. But if you really think you are and you deserve to be in the first place, and there's other businesses there that are doing things that you are not doing because they are attracting a different clientele and whatever, but they are doing a good job and they deserve to be featured, you should feel good about that list. It's not just like a trick thing to get people to, find you, but it's really about like providing a valuable resource. And there will be alternatives out there who are like, either attracting a different type of clientele, or they are, offering their service in a different way that you do. And that's okay. And people might want that. And, you're creating this resource and you're being very fair and truthful and in so on how you're presenting this. And you're putting your business in the place that you think is the right place that you should be put. And hopefully, like when you're defining what your niche is, the area and everything, that will be an area where you actually will be one of the top options in there. But I would really lead with like authenticity, and that's also gonna win in the long run when it comes to like SEO as well, to create real valuable assets that is truly helping people, even if that means maybe driving some people to other businesses than yours as well. You're doing them a favor and you're helping them. And I think that's the right mindset to go about this.
If you're driving business to other businesses, you're also driving it to yours. Like there's a net benefit to creating this resource that wouldn't have existed otherwise. So there's really no reason not to create something like this. And I like what you said there, John, about like the authenticity aspect of it. Like if you don't believe you're the best, you probably shouldn't do it. Yeah, if your business is trash, or if it's a shitty business, then you probably shouldn't be calling yourself the best. But if there's an argument for why you could be the best, then I think that there is reason to create that resource. What sets you apart is what's important. Like I said earlier, maybe this lives on your website, maybe it lives on a blog, maybe it's something that you pitch to an aggregation site or something like that, where they host information like that, or whatever the case is. Do it in a way that feels right to you. Do it in a way that you feel good about representing your business in. But regardless, it's a benefit that you otherwise would not have had. Doesn't require a whole lot of time and effort on your part. It's something that you could create in a very short period of time, and that you could have up online and ready to rank very shortly. I think this is kind of a win-win. It's a no-brainer for 2025. I would get on it as soon as possible, because the sooner you get it up, the sooner Google picks it up and the sooner it can rank in the search. So that's our advice for today. That's what we got for you.
That's our advice. And I would just like echo that as well. Don't overcomplicate. This is also a topic that Kayle and I have spent a lot of time on, and we talk back and forth on, we might get a little geeky here and talking SEO tools and talking all kinds of fancy things. Don't worry too much, even like just heading over to Google, thinking about the niche you're in, seeing, that auto-suggest thing, putting together. You could spend like, whatever, an hour to write this, 2 hours. It's just like, okay, here are like 3-4 alternatives or whatever that are doing this. Could be fairly short because it's typically fairly low competition when you get that specific in terms of other content out there. Could be fairly easy. You get it out there. And even if it's, ranking position 2 or 3, or like you're not got to like the number 1, you'll start to get some traffic to it. You'll see what it does. And then you can come back and you can invest more in it if you want to invest more time. We want to expand and do more versions of it. And maybe you want to like get an agency involved and like do the bigger SEO play, or like you can take it from there. That's what's great with written content compared to video. Like whatever we say here will be what we say. We cannot go back and change that because it's video. At least not in 2025 on YouTube, but with text, you can at any point in time just go in and change it, improve it, get it better, and so on, right? So don't overcomplicate what I'm saying. Make it easy, get something out, spend a couple of hours, write what you think are the best alternatives, and just get it live on whatever platform you have available to you so that it's out there and can help you get visibility. With that said, thank you for tuning in to our little SEO geek session today. I hope you got some value out of that and that you will move to action on this and getting your business more visible online. If you want to learn more about the SEO play, we have more resources on that on this channel. We should link that below. If you want to learn more about the tools we use to grow a salon business, we use MangoMint, as you're very well aware of. We're going to leave a link, a special discount link to that, or discount link is not, but you get a bit of free extra time on us when you go through that link. Thanks a lot for watching today, and we look forward to meeting you inside of an upcoming episode.